Hello everybody. Before we start today's video, I'm going to put a disclaimer in this because the last video we made where we tested our own water in our house on Boracay, we got a lot of negative comments. People who said that we aren't scientists, we shouldn't be allowed testing our water, things like that, or misinformation, disinformation, all those things. I just want to be very clear, we are not scientists. We bought one of the most expensive home testing kits for your drinking water, and we were just testing it for our own purposes and sharing with you our result. Your results will vary. 100% guaranteed because every house has its own plumbing. You might have a different pumping station. You might have a different water system altogether. So do take this as informational and entertainment purposes only. As well, when you buy these test strips, even the high-end ones, sometimes there is a chance that they aren't going to be 100% accurate. What we did is we also tested purified water that's been filtered, everything, and they all came out right down the perfect line of everything about acceptable drinking water. And then we tested our own, and then we tested our own again. And then in Cebu, where you're going to see in a minute, we also tested the purified water system that you'll see on the right side of the video. You can see it there, and it came back great. Another thing, how you handle the strips, following the instructions, all those things can change the results. So it's important to run a couple of them, make sure it does seem accurate, that you're not getting different results for the same water, that kind of thing. As well, take it with a grain of salt. This is more like a signal, something to let you know, hey, maybe I should go get this tested at a lab. It just kind of sometimes will show you. For example, lead. It may not be exactly the number they say in here, but the fact it detected the lead is enough that maybe you want to go get it lab tested. Because it may not be 100% accurate, maybe within the acceptable drinking levels, but you may still want to have some concern to it. So with that said, I'm going to get started on the video. If you haven't seen the first video, a lot of this will make a lot more sense if you watch it. It could be on that side. I always get confused on these things. But as well, I'm going to give you a follow-up. So if you haven't seen it, so this is going to be a follow-up to that last one. We ran, just before we left, a bacteria test. And it has to stay 48 hours. It is one of these. I'm going to pull this out here. Okay. You can see there's an ingredient in here. Okay. And what it is you put your tap water in here, you close it, and you set it in a cool, dry place away from the sun and all that good stuff. And you see if bacteria will grow in it. If it stays yellow, because it's yellow the moment you put water in there and shake it up, if it stays yellow, it's safe. If it turns green, you have bacteria in your water. Does that mean it's 100% accurate? No, of course not. But these are considered extremely reliable, more so than the strip tests. And that's why the testing kit was so expensive compared to just regular strips you can buy for $15. This was over $60. Okay, so I can show you the clip here of us after 48 hours. We didn't publish it yet because we were running out. We had to take off to go to Cebu. We could jump on the plane, everything. So we just recorded this little clip. I won't even play the audio. You can see it's still yellow. That was after 48 hours. I think we went all the way to 54 hours and then we had to go, but it's still yellow. That's a great thing. And now here we are, 16 days, 17 days later after that result, and it's still yellow. So no bacteria grew at all from our drinking water, which is fantastic news. This is a very good thing. Now, just because it did turn green or whatever, who knows? There could be 100 other things. Then you know to go get it lab tested. Maybe your hand had some bacteria on it and somehow you mishandled it. Anything can happen. Or your faucet, you didn't let it run for a couple of minutes just to make sure that, maybe we were cooking chicken or something like that and you were washing some of the stuff that you were using with the chicken when it was raw in the sink and it splashed up onto the nozzle or something like that. There is a million different things that could happen. That's why it's just an indicator and not an official test. So we're all good. We like this result. This is obviously a good result. We don't see anything here on Boracay that makes us question our drinking water anymore. We were already drinking the tap water, by the way, so for months. And so we're going to continue to do it. We still have our little Brita water filter on our tap water just for the heck of it. Makes us feel better. But yeah, you never know. This is only information purposes. This is only entertainment purposes. You should do your own testing, that kind of thing. If you're really concerned, bring it to a lab, that kind of thing, or just stick to your bottled water. All right, here we go. Here is our testing at our Airbnb in Cebu in the Peace Valley area. Brand new townhouse, only like a year or two old, so the pipes inside the house should not change the results at all. Let's go. Okay, guess what? We are in Cebu City now, right in the heart of everything. So I thought while we're here, let's run a water test on this one as well. And let's compare to what we had in Boracay. We will do a strip test only though, because we only have one more bacteria and we want to save it for when we're really not sure. So let's take out a single one. Put it back in there, seal that up. We've got our test tube. Only touch the end of the strip, won't touch the colors. Well, there we go. We already ran the water ahead of time before we recorded this, so we know that there's no bacteria on the sink, on the faucet or anything. It can happen if you were like dealing with chicken or something earlier. Okay, here we go. We put it in. Like that. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and out. Shake. Get rid of any water off of it. And let's go right here with the light. No.
That's better.
There we go.
Safer. I was
there
like, wait
a
second.
Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. Sorry about that, guys. So there we go, right there. So smack dab in the middle. The next one, though, is much more purple, and it is hardness, which there isn't a safety level for that. So it is much harder water. Then you have down here. So this one is in between these two, which safe is only 0. And it does seem to have a little bit of a cream color to it, but not much, like a hint. Same with the, well, the next one I think it'd pass, because it's not pink. It's definitely not pink.
I think it's just maybe the light.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
Well, this one I would say it's still within safety. This one is definitely within safety.
What are we looking at?
I'm sorry, I'm going in order. This one's still within safety. I only have 60 seconds, so excuse me, guys. Safety. Oh, interesting. This one is the nitrate, though, does put it over here, which is a little high. It's pretty high. But nitrate, or nitrite, it's almost 0. Actually nothing. Sulfate, you're within good. Zinc, you're still within good. It's in between those two colors. Yeah, fluoride, within good. It's pretty strong fluoride, actually. Sodium, very good. And then you're looking at a pretty dark color on this one. So alkali level is quite high.
Wow.
As you can see. So yeah, the only ones you might have a little bit of concern is the alkali level.
I guess it matches.
And nitrate is pretty high up, but the weird thing is nitrite. Nope, none.
Weird.
Yeah.
Interesting for the city.
There you go. So for those who are interested, that's what this test did. If you lived here, you could get your water tested at a lab now to confirm all these things. But yeah, no mercury or anything like that. So those really scary ones are not in the water. Very interesting.